Hello, and welcome to Sunspiration. It's another Sunday, and I'm excited to bring you Sunspiration. My name is Victor Tarfa. I am a speaker and a Christian. So every Sunday, I go into the Holy Bible and I look for a powerful passage to give you some inspiration for the week. We are in the month of April, and I've been talking about destiny helpers, and that's our theme for the month of April. And today I'm going to continue along those lines, looking at a powerful story of Elisha and a widow. Bit of context to this. A widow came to Elisha in the church and said, "Look, they're about to take my sons away and sell them so they can pay their debt because I've lost my husband." And Elisha asked her, "What do you have in your home?" And she said, "Just a little oil." And he said to her, "Go and borrow all the vases from your friends." When she went and she borrowed all the vases from her neighbors, she put them down, and he said, "Begin to pour the oil into all these other vases." As she started doing that, he kept on pouring, and then the overflow stopped as soon as she had no more containers to pour it into. Now, when you want to think of the word destiny helpers, we have agreed last week that everybody on this earth is helped by another person. That's another human. God has given us all the blessings, but it's up to us to look out for those people in which are out there that God has sent to us to help. So, looking at three powerful things today, looking at this topic. Number one, the lady asked for help. Now, when I look at help sometimes, people come to you and ask you for stuff, and you're thinking, they've got people all around them. Why have they bypassed all those people and come to you? Sometimes it's because of their past records with those people. They've asked them for money and they've not paid them back. People have helped them and they've not shown appreciation and gratitude towards them. And so they burnt all those bridges, and then they are not able to ask for help. Or maybe people have asked them for help so many times which they could help and they refused. And then now when it's flipped, they're struggling to actually ask for help. But this widow came and said, "My husband is dead. The sons are going to get taken away. Help me." And the people were willing to help her. And I'm sure that was because she had all the strong records to show that she was part of that community and had served the community. So when she came for help, they were all willing to help. So there is power in relationships. Secondly, Elisha asked her, "What do you have?" A lot of times we come for help and they say to us, "What do you have?" And then we say, "Well, I've got absolutely nothing." One thing I've realized is when you're already on the move, people are more likely to help you. When you show that, look, you're actually helping yourself. You've got something in your hands that you're using to make a move. People are a lot more willing to help you. When you watch programs like Dragon's Den, which when people come to pitch their businesses, the dragons always ask them, that's the millionaires who are going to offer them money or investments in their businesses, always ask them, "Tell us what you have done." When people say they've done nothing, they tend to be not interested in it. Or when they say, "How much of your money have you put into it?" And they say, "Well, I've not put any of my money into it." They tend to lose interest because they're thinking, "You know what? You've come to ask me for money, but you have not put your own money into it." But when somebody says, "I'm putting a tiny amount into it because that's all I had," there's a higher chance of getting an investment because they're thinking, if you can believe in your product to put your money into it, then that means I can believe in you too to actually make this work. So there is power in looking at what you've got in your hands. Everybody has something in their hands. So when you go to ask for help, you can always say things like, "I have done this, I have done that, so I need your help to move along." Never go ask for help when you personally have not done anything about it at all. This widow said, "I've got nothing but this little oil." And it was that oil that she used to perform the miracles that they gave her. And thirdly, she obeyed and went to do what he told her to do. You see, it's powerful and it's interesting because when God tells you something sometimes, in fact, the best thing I've heard recently, listen to a great guy called Elisha, and he said, "How do you know when it's God that's giving you an idea of something to do?" He said, "It does not make sense." And I've come to realize that is the best answer I've actually ever heard. When you get an idea and they say, "How do you know it's from God?" It never makes sense. How will it make sense to go and borrow vases and just begin to pour? It doesn't make sense at all. But she obeyed She went and she did it. But she made one tiny mistake. She ran out of containers. Because as soon as the containers finished, the oil stopped flowing. And one thing I love about her too was when she went into the room, the Bible says she shut the door. When we get these ideas from God, they do not make sense. And when you try and tell people, they will not understand because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So because they don't understand, they'll try and discourage you and say, it will not work. But you know you heard clearly and you're making a move on it. She shut the door. She borrowed the vases because she had a relationship with people around her, talking about destiny helpers. And she put it down and began to pour the oil after shutting the door. Nobody was going to understand apart from her, but she obeyed and went and did what she was told to do. I want to encourage you today. Look around you. There are people out there who have specially been sent to help you. Maintain great relationships with people. When you go to ask for help, make sure you have started making moves yourself. Oh, I want money to invest in a shop. Have you checked the price of the shops? Have you gone to look at it first? Oh, I want this person to invite me to speak on the stage. Have you done your own videos before? Have they seen you speaking anywhere else? Are you making an effort to actually even just live videos online? Remember, you have to take the first step. And then people will be willing to go along with you because it shows seriousness. And remember, when you go in with that idea, God-given idea, the world will not understand it. Shut the door behind you. Don't go shouting about it because you don't want that negative energy to slow you down. You want to focus on the job at hand because you know where it's come from and you understand it. God sends people to us to help us. God sends destiny helpers our way. We have to remember to maintain great relationships with people. So when they come our way, we know that they are from God. And we know that the instruction will come clear for us to go ahead and with what to do. I wish you well in this week ahead. And I wish you powerfully destiny helpers coming your way to point you in the right direction and to bless you. See you next week. Stay blessed. And I love you all.